Yo, yo, what's the deal? Get this shared out real fast. A couple places here. hmm that there, that there. Bang, we should be ready to go there. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Select, what's going on, Select? You know what? Let me tweet this link out. I ain't going live on Twitter today. I'm just going to tweet the link out. I'm just going to tweet the link out today. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, we twerking now. Top of the morning, we here, yeah. Running straights today. I learned my lesson. Yeah, you got to run them straights, man. Dingus, yep, doing two parlays. Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to Patrick. Good morning, Pat. For sure. Definitely got to run those straights, man. Definitely, man. Running straights, man. Running straights. I don't care how much you put on it. I don't care how much you put on it. You still got to run them. Straights and round robin. I don't care how much you put on it. Do your straights around robins. Yep. Yes, sir. Um, what do we got here? Weather today. We in the clear. We supposed to be in the clear. We should be in the clear. I know I looked last night. Didn't look this morning. I will check it out real quick. But we should be in the clear here. hmm St. Louis says Cincinnati, a stray rain prop up, a stray raindrop or two is possible. I don't think there's anything heavy enough to matter. Rain should be Texas at Boston. Rain should be clearing right around first pitch. May require a brief late start, but should otherwise be fine. Right. So we should be fine there with the weather. So that's one thing. Um, Yesterday, man, one more home run from Lindor. That would have been awesome, man. I would have smacked. I would have smacked one, man. That would have been nice, man. That's 2 days in a row. I was off by one on a home run parlay. That was a live. That was a live boost. But I just took everybody that lined up from the model and just threw them in there and shot for the fences, right? So it is what it is. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Okay. So weather looks fine. We got 11 games today. Um, I went through a little bit last night, but hopefully this live don't be too long. Mondays are weird. Mondays can be weird. So, it is what it is. Um, First game on the docket, we got my Chicago Cubs going on the road at Cleveland Guardians here. We have an over under of 8 in this one here. We got the Manana and Ben Lively on the mound here. Um, hmm. So we know, like we've been saying every single day, the Cleveland, they haven't been the best. Uh, yeah, it's a Monday. It's a Monday. They haven't been the best versus right hand pitching, but versus lefties, they haven't been striking out versus neither one. They've been a tad bit better versus lefties with a small sample size, right? So smaller sample size. So the last 30 days, they are 100 WRC plus versus lefties with a very low K rate at 17.5%. So that's pretty cool there, right? For them, that's good for them. Second worst last 2 weeks in 116 plate appearances. Second least strikeout team in the league with a 118 WRC plus. Okay, then you got Emiliano on the mound. If I'm not mistaken, he pitches splits wise. He pitches a tad bit better on the road, right? 2.75 on the road. He's given in general. He's got a 243 batting average versus righties, and Wave versus righties. He got 245 batting average, right? So, um, hmm. We know the best hitters here would probably be lefties, you know, Ramirez can get on that right side because he's a switch, right? So let's take a look real fast. Cleveland here, left hand pitching, Shota. We got Shota versus lefties last 2 months. 1 home run, 2 extra base hits. He's throwing that fastball predominantly, followed by that sweeper, and then that slider. So going to that fastball here, predominantly he's throwing that fastball. So I would imagine. Okay, so there's Jose Ramirez right there, right? Over the course of the last month, there not a lot of plate appearances, only 7. I could probably push this out a little bit so I can get a little bit bigger of a sample size to 2 months. Because lefties, you don't see a lot of lefties. And there he goes. He pops up there, right? Now, versus fastball, last 2 months, he's looked good. It's not walking. The fly ball rate is, man, I didn't even see that. Versus Lane Thomas. This is versus the fastball alone. This is probably the highest fly ball rate I've seen. Right, 81. I didn't even see that. David Fry, he's got 2 bombs the last 2 months. Remember, this is the last 2 months sample size. Now, one thing we do know about Lane Thomas is historically, I'm gonna have to write his name down just in case. This is not. I'm just writing it down because I'm gonna have to. He's only got 1 bomb, but the fly ball rate is something to look forward into, right? But you can't deny Jose Ramirez batting 412, 4 extra base hits with a 17 barrel rate and a 40 fly ball, 12% K rate. I mean, he's pretty good at baseball, right? So, um, I could mix in the rest of the pitches there. Matter of fact, I could take down this fastball and then add in that sweeper because he's throwing that sweeper 35% of the time. So that would be something that we could take a look at there. Over the last 2 months, none of these guys really seen it, right? Only 1 or 2 plate appearances for Lane Thomas and Ramirez and stuff like that. So it is what it is. I'll throw the fastball back up there, and I will throw back up there I'll throw the splitter up there, and let's look at the pitch mix as a whole here. And from the right side, Ramirez looking good over the last couple months. 8-7 for 18, 389 batting average. Everything looks good here. Everything looks good with a 96 exit velo, 2 home runs. So it is what it is. He says it's about time. I don't think he homered yet as a Cleveland. I don't think so either. Lane Thomas, yeah, and Lane Thomas. Speaking of Lane Thomas, I just didn't see him. I glanced over this stuff last night. I just didn't see him. So his barrel percentage looks fine at 12.5. Just not the fly ball is up, but he's just not getting it out of there, man. So, and then, over the course of 2 months, this is still a small sample size for, what's up, Santana? What's going on? Over the course of 2 months, it's still a small sample size. Like, for 2 months, man, I could probably push it out to about 13 weeks there and just to see if we get a bigger sample size. Lane Thomas still sitting there with one bomb. His fly ball rate is still high. Still sitting there with one bomb, though, right? Jose Ramirez still got two. They'll be at Cleveland, so it is what it is, right? Um, don't know how I feel about these bets. I'll tell you, Ramirez is always in play, though. Um, looking at the lefties, I think I did write Josh Naylor down. I think I did. I have to look at my notes, but oh shit! You know what? I had that filtered two lefties, right? So let me see something. Dang, it's always something, man. Hold up. Switch back to the righties real fast. The righties were fastball splitter changeup. Oh man. The righties were fastball splitter changeup. Hmm. So his fly ball is still up over the course of a month. Jose Ramirez, these numbers pretty much almost next to pretty much still looking the same here. Let me go back to 2 months for these righties one more time since I had that messed up. Ramirez, that's what I seen last night. That's what made me write him down. He had 4 home runs versus this pitch mix. Okay. But with a 19 barrel, but keep in mind, so wait a minute. The righties, left hand pitching, right. And Shota, he has 21 extra base hits and 9 home runs versus righties. He said your home run parlay started off good with Soto and Santana. Oh yeah, I got undecided. I could have easily went Buxton and at least cashed the round robin. So I did the round robin by threes, but that motherfucker fell off. But still betting them straight, still broke even. Probably won a few dollars. Probably won a few dollars just off those 2 home runs alone. Um, Soto looked good, right? We sniped that Soto. I didn't bet him back for the two. We sniped that Soto. We sniped that one. You know what I'm saying? Because his averages wasn't looking good, but everything else looked good. So remember, versus righties, over the last 2 months, 21 extra base hits and 9 home runs for Imaniana, right? Yeah, definitely. No, 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 no. Yeah, 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 for sure. Versus the young boy. Frenchie, what's going on? Frenchie, what's going on? So, where were we? Right. So the 9 home runs and 21 extra base hits versus right hand hitters, and then we'll probably get Jose Ramirez on the right hand side tonight. So 93 exit velo, 20% barrel rate, fly ball 33%. K percentage is down, so he's in play for whatever, right? And like I said, I probably wouldn't be going to Lane Thomas. Historically, Lane Thomas was known for hitting left hand pitching, especially last year and the previous year probably. But he's been a shell of himself versus lefties from what I expect, right? So it is what it is. Top of the morning, Three Kings. Um, David Fry, over the course of the last week, he's got 2 home runs, right? Versus this pitch mix. He's somebody who could probably be in that, in the mix for something there. I'm not writing him down, but it is what it is. So whatever, right? This is over the course of the last 2 months, right? Because not a big sample size when it comes to right hand pitching or whatever. I mean left hand pitching. This is over the course of the last 3 weeks. I know this is probably where I stopped at. And like I said, David Fry, he did have 2 bombs there, 13% barrel rate. Exit velo not as high, but he lifted a few off him out of there. Jose Ramirez, he'll probably be my favorite bat from this situation right here. So I do have Jose Ramirez written down. Now let's slide over to the lefties and at least take a look at um, um, Naylor here, where as to where he's throwing that fastball 50% of the time. He's pitching a little bit better than lefties. So Stephen Kwan, not a big sample size here, right? So I have to move it out. See if we can get a bigger sample size. Quan, shout out to Quan. He's been lifting a few home runs out lately. Numbers look good here versus that fastball. Josh Naylor, meh, right? But I'll add in the rest of the pitches there. So he's throwing that fastball 50% of the time, followed by the sweeper and then the splitter, right? So when you add in the sweeper and the splitter, Josh Naylor, over the course of the last 2 months, his average is down. Stephen Kwan looks pretty much okay, especially on a lefty split side too. He's 50% to this. He's 50% there, right? One extra base hit, one home run, whatever, right? So you can look at him for a hit or something like that. I might not, but the K rate is down, right? Leading off with somebody like him and Kwan. I mean him and Ramirez, like you could probably look at Ramirez for hits, runs, and RBIs, maybe 1.5 or something like that, maybe. So it is what it is, right? Might go to him, might not. It is what we have in this game here. We have over under 8, not my sexiest total here. So it is what it is. Team total is probably 3.5 apiece here. The Cubs team total is 3.5. The Guardians team total is the Guardians team total is 3.5. The Cubs probably 3.5. The Cubs team total is 4.5. Interesting, right? So Three Kings almost hit a 6-man. Soto, Santana, Riley, Soler, Schwarber, Shohei let me down. Right. Shohei might be that look tonight. Round robin, hey, you got something, right? My parlay was made from the players that sold the day before. No, that's right. The day laters, right? And I should have went Buxton yesterday, right? Santana say, Three Kings, that's tough. Yeah, the same. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On the Cubs side, I do have Suzuki penciled in. Might not bet on it. Might bet on him. Might not. Right. But I do got Suzuki penciled in. Right. So let's get down to it. A couple things about the Chicago Cubs that I probably want to look at here. First and foremost, we got Ben Lively. Ben Lively. Not my favorite pitcher, bro. Not my favorite pitcher. I ain't even gonna lie. Ben Lively is not my favorite pitcher. He's about a 3.14 ERA at home, about a 4 on the road. It's given up. Let's see, at home, it's giving up more bombs on the road. He's got 259 batting average to righties there. He's pitching his worst to righties, right? So, there you have that. He will give up a few runs though, right? And his Cubs team, they've been hitting. They've been hitting, right? A little bit. So Lively, his earned runs and stuff, and lately it's been like what? So he did face. Wait a minute, no, he didn't face the Cubs. So his earned runs been like 2-1-1. No, there's home runs. I'm sorry. So he will give up a bomb. Let's get that out the way, right? He's giving up 1, 2. He's giving up a home run in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of his 11 games. Averaging over a home run in that time span. So, because he got a couple multi-home run games right there. So the bomb is in play here. Okay. Now, Got a little bit of strikeout stuff. Got a little bit of strikeout stuff. He'll give up a few runs. You know what I'm saying? Just it is what it is. He's throwing that. Let's see, Lively. It's the right hand pitching, right hand batters. Because we're gonna start this thing off with Shota. I mean, Suzuki rather. So versus right hand hitters and left hand hitters, he's given up over the last 2 months. He's given up 6 home runs apiece. 10 extra base hits, about the same thing as far as the extra base hits and stuff like that. So it is what it is. Looking at him versus righties, he's pitching that sinker, four seamer and a sweeper. Look at that sinker first. A lot of batters love that sinker. A lot of batters love that sinker. So we definitely want to look at this sinker here. Um, Suzuki, over the course of the last month, he's got 2 bombs from that sinker. Fly ball is down though, like 7. That's very low. Walk percentage is up. He Lively will walk a batter or two, right? Suzuki's batting 368 with 7 for 19 over the last month, just about off this pitch alone with 2 bombs. Dansby Swanson, he's 8 for 19, small ball hitting. Fly ball is down. He will hit it though. Nico Horner, somebody who won't strike out. He's 7 for 19 just off of this pitch. So batters, like I said, batters like this pitch in general. I can add this fastball. He's throwing that sinker the most. Now, his fastball he's throwing it 27% of the time. I could bring that sinker down and see what they're doing solely off that fastball. You got Amaya loves the fastball. He don't strike out versus he's got 0% K rate over the last month. Suzuki has taken it deep. Not the greatest of averages though, but he has taken it deep. Isaac Paredes hit a home run off of it within the last month as well. Add these pitches together, looking at the fastball and the seamer and a four seamer, and then put up the sweeper as well. Let's just get them all together and see what we got. Suzuki average is 279. I can get down with that. 12 for 43. I would like to see more, but he does have 4 home runs, 93 exit velo, and the fly ball rate is respectable. Will strike out though. Him and Dansby Swanson will strike out. Amaya's batting 320. You don't have to look at him for power, but he's batting 320. But the bat here on the righties would probably have to be Suzuki if I decide to go to anything. 6 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 11 hard hit balls there. Just to take a look at, if you want to take a look, there's a glance at about a quick 3 months or something like that, just to see a bigger sample size of what's been going on here. Suzuki is batting around 250, 29 for 117, 12 extra base hits, 8 home runs. So all his power numbers look good, and 94, 90, almost 95 exit velo. So it's just about, it's not a fluke, right? Not no 1 month type of thing there. So I'm looking at Suzuki. If I decide to bet on a righty here, it would be Suzuki. Now switching over to the lefties, it could get a little, I ain't gonna say it can get a little wonky, but the Chicago Cubs, whatever, right? Like I said, for versus righties last 2 months and lefties, he's about doing the same thing. 10 extra base hits, 6 home runs. So let's check it out. Starting right back over again with the fastball. Looking at the fastball here, over the course of the last month, Michael Busch got two home runs. Ian Happ has 2 home runs off that fastball alone. All 3 of those guys will strike out. Cody Bellinger does have 1 bomb, right? Adding in, I'll add in the rest of the pitches. There's not a lot of pitches, not enough pitches for me to just single one out because he's mixing it up pretty much. So the changeup, sinker, sweeper, curveball, right? Changeup. I hate when it does this, man. Straight up. Changeup. All right, so Michael Busch versus this pitch mix, he will walk, and he's got a 25% K rate. The barrel percentage is fine. It's 5 home runs though. You know what I'm saying? 5 home runs, and 8 extra base hits. So he's somebody that you can look at that I didn't write down. Oh, I did write him down. I did write them down, right? So that's that, and hefty plate appearances and stuff like that. So what I did was I did filter it back. I was snooping around, and then the last week, P. Crow Armstrong, he is 4 for 15 versus Pitch Mix. So that's one thing. But I was snooping around, and I had ended up getting to the last 2 weeks, right? So the last 2 weeks. Um, Cody Bellinger is 9 for 26 with 2 bombs, right? His K percentage is down. Michael Bush K percentage is down, and Crow's K percentage is down. My last 2 weeks, Michael Bush is 8 for 20 with 4 bombs, right? His barrel percentage is up and everything. So, he's cooking right now, right? Semi cooking, whatever you want to say. He's batting 400 over the last 2 weeks. Cody Bellinger's batting 346 over the last 2 weeks. So it is what it is. Um, um, I have those two guys. I have those guys written down, right? Obviously, the team total for the Cubs was at 4.5, and the team total for Cleveland was at 3.5. I do get a pitcher lean to Chicago. Obviously, the books think Chicago can put up some runs here. It's starting to feel like Chicago can put up some runs here. I ain't gonna lie. Last 2 weeks, even has a bomb. Wait to see who's in the lineup, and take his shots. That all that coincides with Chicago, right? Like Chicago over the course of the last month here. Um, I could talk all about the Cubs all I want, and they still can go out there and sell. I'm tell you that right now. But the last month they are 20% K rate. That's a testament to a little bit of this right here, right? Over the last course of the last month, I mean, 7% K rate, 12% K rate, and a 3% K rate, and then we got 5 pitches up here, right? So that's a testament to what they've been doing lately. But of course, that shit can fall off at any time. But staying on track. They do have a 96 WRC plus, and like I said, this is the last month, right? So they down there with not striking out. You're not striking out, going up a guy against like Lively who will give up at least 2-3 runs. They might could probably squeeze him for a little bit more. Chicago Cubs 19 last 2 weeks with a 107 WRC plus, so not even 20%. You know what I'm saying? Then the last 7 days, Chicago Cubs strikeout rate here 18%. So it's gradually going down just a little bit. WRC plus could be higher, but it is what it is, right? And then they did pick up Paredes. I think his name is Paredes, which he don't strike out much either. So depending on how you want to look at it, do a full month, Shota, he's been looking, a little bit more solid than the rest of these guys. Bush is kind of solid. We know Bellinger is coming back. I guess, right? What I could do is one thing here is go out to about 3 months just to get a good feel to see what's been going on. And Ian Happ has 9 home runs, and Michael Bush has 9 home runs over the last 3 months. I mean, Michael Bush 267 batting average, I guess. Cody Bellinger 3 bombs, 12 extra base hits. Michael Bush 15 extra base hits. Ian Happ 20 extra base hits, right? So whatever that's worth, it is what it is. The walk percentage is up, whatever, right? Let's get off that game. That'll be that first game. We got that jitters out the way. That'll be that first game right there, right? I have Bush, Cody, Suzuki written down for the Cubs. Jose and Naylor, his Naylor, I mean, anything can happen, but Naylor didn't look too sexy. And if you want to just look at Quan for at least to get on base, to help him to get on base or something like that, then, you got Dave. I think his name was David Fry. He's got 2 bombs in the last 2 weeks. St. Louis Cardinals at Cincinnati Reds. We got an over-under of what? 8.5 here, right? So right off the back here, we're going at home. So we just leaving Coors. We don't have any Coors game, but we got a Cincinnati game, right? Cincinnati can act like Coors in certain instances. So we got Abbott on the mound. Abbott gives up bombs, right? In this small ballpark, it could probably go down. So taking a look at the splits real fast. He's got 3.5 ERA at home, 3.79 ERA on the road. He's giving up 24 home runs in general, 2 home runs to lefties, 22 to righties, right? So 10 home runs at home, 14 on the road. On the road, he's giving up 14 to righties, right? At home, he's giving up 8 to righties. So he will give up home runs to righties. Like I said, 22 home runs to righties. Now, uh, hmm. These two, he just faced these teams twice, right? Both of those games, he's given up a home run to. He given up 2 home run. I think. Let me see. He faced. Let's see. St. Louis. I think he's given up a home run to Arenado both games. Go back here to May. Go back here to May. Go back here to May, and right. So there's a home run right there for Arenado. I don't know if Gorman hit this one off of him or not, but there's a home run for Gorman as well. That was the game in May. The game in June at St. Louis this time, Arenado hit another bomb, right? He gave up another bomb to Arenado. Okay? So Arenado's got 2 bombs off him. Let me see something here. Wilson Contreras is 2 for 2 with a bomb. Goldschmidt is in play for a bomb for the simple fact that he's giving up home runs to righties. All these righty guys are in play. Wilson, you know, the deal, right? Donovan's 2 for 7. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Arenado's 5 for 10, 3 singles and 2 home runs. So Arenado's been cooking him. Okay. So, and then let's drink it back here. Let's look at since we're talking about them, let's take a look at these guys recently versus this pitch mix. Straight to the righties. Let's go to Andrew Abbott. He's got 13% walk rate, 22% K rate, 2.5, 2.4, and a 2.4 home run. 2.4 home run per 9. Barrel percentage is up. Like, yeah, right. So versus right-hand pitchers in the last 2 batters, 16 extra base hits and 11 home runs, right? So he's throwing that fastball predominantly. We can take a look at that one first. Let's take some of these pitches down here. Switch him to a lefty and switch those to righties. And what do we have? Okay, so Wilson Contreras, we know historically he's hit lefties well. He's got a home run versus him. He's in play, right? This is just you know what? I'm sorry. Let me get the left-hand pitching up there. See, it didn't even register. And then take the sweeper down. So let me read it, because I think I said something a little different on my paper. Right. So Arenado has a home run. Tommy Pham is hitting for average. Small sample sizes, though, right? Goldschmidt's got 2 bombs versus this fastball alone. And he's throwing that fastball 53% of the time, okay? So, and he's got 10 extra base hits and 7 home runs off of that fastball in general. 53, you keep throwing it. You keep throwing it. Like, why you keep throwing that bullshit, right? So, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So, Goldsmith's got a 58 fly ball with a 13 barrel rate. And his exit velo is man, but it's got old man strength, right? So, we can look past it. He's only 3 for 15. 2 of those 3 was bombs, right? Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn is interesting, right? So, I was looking at Mason Wynn last night, Let's take a look at Mason Wynn. Okay. Um, so take a look at Mason Wynn splits here. Now he is so hmm. So he's batting 294 versus righties, but this is not a righty. And this is in general, right? He's batting 250 versus lefties, but that's where his power is at, right? He's got 221 isolated power versus lefties, but versus righties is like a 93, right? So on the road, he's actually hitting better on the road, right? So on the road, he has a 292 batting average versus a 266 at home. He is on the road. Now, on the road versus lefties, he's got 270 batting average versus righties, he's got a 305 batting average. But versus on the road versus lefties, he's got a higher OPS and he's got a higher isolated power. So he's not hitting for power on the road versus righties. He's hitting for power on the road versus lefties. So that explains these 3 home runs, these 4 extra base hits. Not a big power guy, but he can display some power on the road. I mean, on versus left hand pitching, right? Just one of those guys that, hey, I can't wait to see him with lefty. I'm gonna take his ass deep in a dugout, bragging about it, right? So I didn't look at the last 2 months. I want to look at a bigger sample size for Mason Wynn, and okay, so it was still pretty much the same, right? So that was just the fastball alone. I will bring it back to the last month there, and I will start adding in his other little pitches, right? The changeup, sweeper, and the curveball. So Mason Wynn, he's batting 300, 290, 290 something. Isolated power is up. Barrel is up. Fly ball is decent. K percentage is down. He's somebody that in this ballpark, I think that you can look at, right? So I don't know where he'll be hitting in the lineup. He might be projected. He probably projected to lead off. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, so he is projected to lead off. This is projected, right? So these projected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys, they can very well. All those guys can very well take him deep, right? All 5 righties, all of them can very well take him deep. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing, right? Evans is not the worst pitcher, but this ballpark and this, I mean, whatever, right? So we got an 8.5 over under in this one. So it is what it is. Looking at the lefties, I don't think the lefties look too hot. Last week here, Mason Wynn is 3 for 6. Nolan Arenado was 2 for 4. Pages, Pham, 2 for 4, whatever, right? Strikeouts. Nolan Arenado over the last month versus this pitch mix, he's still not striking out. 6%. Tommy Pham is not striking out. He's 6 for 15, and Mason Wynn is not striking out. And we know what Contreras is capable of doing, so he's definitely in play. Pushing it back to like at least 2 more months just to get a bigger sample size with some of these guys here to see if we can get a bigger sample size. And Wilson Contreras surprisingly doesn't have a bomb. Tommy Pham has 2. He's 8 for 24, batting 320. Paul Goldschmidt's got 2. Exit velo is up. Fly ball is up for him, and the for him and Tommy Pham, the barrel rate is up. Arenado has 3, and like I said, he's not striking out, and Mason Wynn is not striking out. So, you know, I like those guys. I don't think he can go run. If I had to take somebody said give me a home run play right now from these guys, it would be hard. Where would we have him projected here at? Goldsmith hitting 3 projected. I would have to wait to see what the line. I don't have to wait to see what the lineup is for him to see if he's going to hit a home run, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint, right? I could take any one of these guys, Contreras, Goldschmidt. Between Contreras and Goldschmidt, and what we just looked at for Mason Wynn as far as him hitting righties for power. Like, just hey, it could be some trouble going on here. I want to see who's going to be hitting cleanup and things like that for hits, runs, and RBIs, and we'll figure it out from there. And then you got the other St. Louis to where they just you got the other St. Louis to where they just wait to the fourth and fifth inning to even think about hitting the ball. So sometimes they sell. What's up, man? We getting to it. We getting to it. We getting to it, bro. We getting to it. Um, and then you got Sonny Gray on the road, right? So Sonny Gray on the road, like not my favorite, right? He will sell. Sonny Gray on the road is not my favorite Sonny Gray, right? So uh, looking at Sonny Gray here, he's got a 4.9 ERA on the road versus a 2.6 ERA at home, right? He's given up 14 home runs this year. 11 of his 14 home runs come on the road to righties. I mean, on the road, and 8 of them come to righties, right? So on the road versus righties, he's giving it up. He's got a 248 batting average to lefties, and on the road, he's got 279 batting average to lefties, and he's giving up power to righties. So, versus Cincinnati, I don't think I have a. They got Mason Wynn on the day today injured list. Might not mean right. So he might. We'll see. We'll see. So shout out to you for that information. What's the word, Don? What's the word? Don't matter. What's the word? Don't matter. So we'll see. Right. Looking at the game log here, Cincinnati. Don't think he's faced Cincinnati this year, and he hasn't. Right. So on the road at Chicago. So he's given up some bombs as of late. At Atlanta, he gave up 4 bombs. He gave up 1 at Chicago. Washington, he gave up a bomb. At Miami, gave up a couple runs. So, I guess he can't give up some bombs, right? Here and there. He can sell here and there. Good thing about them, lately, he's went 7 innings in 4 of his last 5 games. MPZ says Tyler Stevenson bomb. I think I ran across a little bit of it last night. Let's take a look, right? Ellie De La Cruz looked good, but boy, do that motherfucker know he know how to sell, right? That motherfucker sell like he's selling drugs. Either way it go, let's take a look. So, let's see. What's the boy's name? Sonny Gray. I'm tripping, right? So, like to righties, last 2 months he's got 10 home runs. 10 extra base hits and 4 home runs. To lefties, 16 extra base hits, 4 home runs. Right. That sinker is where he gave up 3 home runs at and 1 on that sweeper. Don't matter laughing. So it is what it is, right? That sinker is a lot of batters like to hit that sinker, bro. A lot of them. Santana said India looks decent. So let's take some of this stuff down here. And we're looking at the righties, right? And righties and right-hand pitching. We're going to look at that cutter and sinker, right? So the cutter, okay. I'm gonna add that sinker in there. And I'm going to add in that sweeper and fastball. Herb say India getting smoked at the plate. All right, so Tyler Stevenson has a few bombs there. Steers got 3 bombs. This is the course of a month, right? Yeah. A few guys here and there got some bombs, right? So what I have written down here was the last 7 days, Ty France, right? So Ty France been loading, right? He's loading, right? He's loading up. Ty France, 6 for 16, 375, whatever, right? He's loading up, right? Last 2 weeks, 2 home runs. Last 7 days, 2 bombs, right? So He's somebody we could definitely take a look at there. I want to fast forward a little bit and go to the last 2 weeks a little bit. Fast forward a little bit. And yeah, to get some of these velo logs and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, last 2 weeks, Ty France. Isolated power was up 421 versus pitch mix, and the exit velo was pretty nice, right? So it is what it is, right? Ty France with a 5% K rate. That's the thing, right? The K rate. Like, give me a chance, right? Don't go out there and be Ellie Cruz strike out 2 times for mine. I don't need that. So Ty France, that's impressive on the strikeout side. That automatically kind of like puts him in play, right? So rewind it back here. I'll look at the last 4 weeks. See if we can get a better outlook of some of these bats and what they've been doing, because they have had some of these bats, the usual suspects, Indias, Steers, and Stevensons. They had big time sample sizes, right? So um, mm. averages don't look too sexy. I ain't even gonna lie. They're not look extremely sexy, but they fine, right? And Spinal, man, I think he's a lefty killer, so they'll be waiting on a lefty if he get in the lineup. I mean, so what did I write down? I wrote down. Now I know Tyler Stevenson can probably take him deep. Can take him deep, right? I wrote down. Man, this boy been selling like a motherfucker. But I wrote down Ellie De La Cruz, right? It's just so hard to. It's so hard to. I wrote down Ty France and Ellie De La Cruz. Fastball, curveball, sweeper, change up, same shit, right? So the last month, Ellie, the K rate is high as hell at 40%. So I can see you fade him for that reason, right? I can see you fade him for that reason, and of course, he's gonna try to strike him out. You know, uh, Candelario looked good in instances. Those were the two bats that I looked at. Yeah, either he gonna but if he get on base, he can act up. So if you're playing like prize picks, you can look at his fantasy score because you know he's gonna steal bases. If you're betting on stolen base, you can take him for a stolen base. You know, other things like that. His hard hit is up, you know, at 747. He's hitting the ball hard as hell. 98 exit velo, 250 isolated power, right? So he's hitting the ball hard. You might as well say that's a 50% K rate over the last 4 weeks. That's 44. None of these guys are walking, you know. Bringing it into the last 3 weeks here. He still looks good. Hard hit rate still up there, whatever the case may be. But you know, I can see instances where you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Truthfully, last 2 weeks here. So at the end of the day, he's definitely in play. It's if you want to get there or not. If you want to get there or not, right? It's either if you want to get there or not. I do have them written down, but I don't know if I want to, you know, if I'm gonna get there or not. Truthfully, um, I ain't gonna say it's a fishy game. I mean, it's kind of fishy because you got Gray on the road, and Gray is a good pitcher. And then you got Abbott on the road. He can, I mean, at home, he can look good in certain instances. I couldn't talk you off the over here. I couldn't, right? I might sprinkle on the over. Who knows, right? I couldn't talk you off the over here. Couldn't. Let's see what the team totals are. Cardinals 4.5. Reds 3.5. I can I can I can I can I can I can G for that. On the St. Louis side, I'm gonna tell you like this, Perk, how we looked at it. Break it down to you. Mason Wynn. Versus this pitch mix, he's got 3 home runs. Versus lefties, Mason Wynn is hitting for power with a 200 ISO, isolated power, versus righties Mason's win. His power is down, not even, it's like a .3 or something, like very, like terrible, right? Wilson Contreras historically can hit lefties for sure, right? So he's in play. He's already got a bomb off of him. Abbott's got 20 home runs versus right-hand pitching batters. Goldsmith's got 3 home runs in the last month versus his pitch mix. Arenado has taken him deep in the last 2 games. Tommy Pham is, I mean, he's a righty, right? So honorable mention, right? So like I said, Abbott is giving up 20 home runs to right-hand batters, man. Then he's at home. He's at home. I couldn't talk. He's at home at Great America Small Park. So at the end of the day, truthfully, all these guys, these righties, they in play, bro. All of them in play. Just to be truthful with you, home runs, like I said, 2 games, the last 2 games, Arenado hit a home run versus him. The pitch mix versus this pitch mix, Contreras, Goldsmith. Contreras got 1, Goldie got 3, Mason Wynn got 3. No weather here. No weather. This is the projected lineup here, and I would run it just like that. I would start the same guys just like this. And then, like I said, you can get that other Cincinnati team St. Louis team where they don't start scoring at least to the 5th inning. So, that's how they know how to sell. You taking all 3 for 2 total bases? That's what's up. All right, so next game here would be, okay, so we got Houston and Tampa. Probably not going to look at the batters here, right? Probably not going to look at the batters here. Did I write anything down? No. So I could have been tired, but it is what it is. Now, Framber Valdez been looking great, right? So, I think Brandon Lowe did look good, but I'm trying to just not going to go there, right? Probably not going to go there, right? Valdez been looking good. What I will say is, Yandy Diaz, I guess, right? We'll probably have to look at the bats. Damn. So either way it go, this team, they like to hit lefties, right? But Framber is good. Now, don't know if they're gonna hit him. Tampa Bay. Now, Tampa Bay versus lefties last 30 days. They probably haven't seen many of them. Okay, only 200 plate appearances, 23% K rate, 131 WRC plus. Right. Let me see something here. Tampa Bay Rays, because Yandy did look good, and okay, and Brandon Lowe looked okay. I remember now. Who was this? Houston, right? So, Framber Valdez. Oh, so this team he's seen this team. They are 10 for 20 versus him. Now, Perp said he took his runs and RBIs. That was a different team probably since he's seen them. Yainer Diaz been on fire. Carson's 2 for 3. Yandy Diaz is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. Colabello, Barrow, he's 3 singles, 3 of 5 versus him. Okay. So we got some pretty decent pitching in a pretty decent spot. I mean, we got a pretty decent pitching. Just say that. Splits wise, Framber Valdez, because I'm thinking about probably using this outs, maybe in a parlay piece, and I don't know what this outs at. Let me see. I should have got it in on this outs last night. It's at an 18.5. Now, I don't know. I might still go there. I don't know because I don't know how much I believe in this lineup, in this Tampa Bay Rays lineup. But He's got 3.2 and a 3.6 ERA home in the road. And versus lefties, he got 271 batting average. Versus righties, 231. Um, on the road versus lefties, he's got a 289 on the road versus righties. He's got a 219. So he's on the road. They on the road today, and that's where he's most vulnerable at. Now, take a look at the lefties here. This would be Brandon Lowe. In general, we're going to be looking at. Brandon Lowe looked okay. I ain't going to lie. So, versus lefties, 4 extra base hits, 1 home run over the last month. Versus righties, 9 extra base hits, 4 home runs over the last 2 months. 2 months. The sinker is his predominant pitch. He's got 3 extra base hits on that. Let's throw up that sinker real fast. A lot of batters love the sinker. Brandon Lowe, small sample size, right? He got a bomb. Only seen it twice. 2 at bats, 2 hits. One of them was a bomb. Versus, since this is a lefty, I know they ain't seen a lefty in a while. I know that because I've been betting on them all the time. I pushed it out the last 2 months. Still not too much, right? Small sample size for these guys. I'll put up the rest of this pitch: curveball, slider. Brandon Lowe will strike out. See, will strike out. He will strike out versus his pitch mix, 41% K rate over the last 2 months. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a big sample size. So that I still was going to try. I still was thinking about betting on Framber. Right? Looking at the last 3 months, right? So he's batting 350. Brandon Lowe, 3 home runs. K rate still high as hell, right? Barrel percentage up there, like whatever, right? So last 3 months, averaging about a home run a month. Like that's, it is what it is, right? Then you got the righties. I'll leave it up there for the last 3 months because they haven't seen a lot of righties, man. A lot of lefties. Then you got the righties. Sinker, curveball, changeup. Same shit. Sinker. No. Wait. What was he throwing the lefties? He was throwing sinker, slider, curveball to righties. And now to righties, he's throwing the sinker, curveball, changeup. Okay. Sinker, curveball, changeup. So, not big sample sizes over the course of the last 3 months. However, Yandy Diaz, he's 6 for 20. He's not striking out. He's 3 for 3 versus him in general from a BVP standpoint. So, whatever, right? Fly ball is down. K percentage is down. Barrel is up. Exit velo is up. Small sample size. Whatever you want to do, right? This doesn't look like enough for me to back them. This doesn't look like enough. It doesn't look like enough for me to back this team. It doesn't, right? That's from a game's perspective. Doesn't look like enough for me to back them, but it is what it is, right? Last 2 months, Colabero is 5 for 6 with a bomb, but they haven't seen a lot of him, right? And then he got a 0 K rate, but it's a small sample size, man. Small sample size. That's what I'm wrestling with right there. The averages are still up there, but they got a small sample size and they've made trades. So, on the flip side, you got Todd's, right? Todd's got that shit at home, right? So I don't know if I want to even target any Houston bats. Sometimes Houston bats can get sluggish, and just they can be stagnant. Offense can be stagnant, but can't deny that Jordan is coming around right now. So Jordan being Jordan can make the rest of these batters dangerous, right? So at home, he's got a 2 ERA versus on the road, he's got a 4.5. He is at home, so that's where you want to target him at. At home, he has, in general, he's got a 30% K rate to lefties, 27% K rate to righties. At home, he has a 38% K rate to lefties and a 32% K rate to righties. His K rate is significantly higher at home. He's at home. And then versus right hand pitching, let's over the last month, let's run a quick check to see what Houston's been doing, at least in the strikeout category. So Houston, last 30 days, 21% K rate with a 101 WRC plus. Last 14 days, Houston 17.8% K rate, 112 WRC plus. And the last week, Houston have been probably hitting, right? A 15% K rate, 14% with a 161 WRC plus. So, man, no, I didn't even look at Houston hitters, man. At the end of the day, just looking at that, I still am looking at Houston and nothing in this spot here. We're gonna take a look at the batters here. Their K rate is wicked for Bradley. I can't stunt on that. Their K rate looks juicy as hell, but I did think I looked last night, and I think I seen Yandy Diaz. His strikeout was up, right? His Ks were up, right? Versus his pitch mix here. Excuse me. So last 2 months versus righties, he does have a 29% K rate. Numbers look great. Numbers look good, right? Versus righties. Let's take a look at the righties right now. 1 home run, 2 home runs off that cutter. Look at that fastball right out the gate, right? Look at that fastball right out the gate. Over the course of the last month here, Jake Myers' fly ball is up. Wow, we got a high ass fly ball and high barrel. Diaz, these guys not liking the fastball that much, right? Jake Myers and Pena likes it. For the righties, let me plug my computer up. So yeah, okay. Let me add in splitter and the cutter. So Altuve not striking out, Pena not striking out, Bregman not striking out, Diaz looks good. This is over the course of a month, right? Last 7 days, they've been hitting. I didn't. Oh, his one's an RBI. Boy, I thought you said home run. Shout out to Perk for that. And he has righty splits, right? So, uh, man, I mean, what we got here? What's the total? How about that? What's the total? 8? No, 7.5. I couldn't talk you off. If I had to take a side, it would be Houston, man. Just plain and simple. If I had to take a side, it would be Houston. As far as these props, like whatever, right? Like I'm a little scared of Taj. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little scared of Taj. I ain't gonna lie, but it is what it is. Looking at the lefties here, um, what is he throwing? Same things, fastball, splitter, cutter. Yeah. Lefties look good. Low K rate. That's interesting. I don't know what I was looking at last night. I don't think it's a bad bet. I don't think it's a bad bet. I don't think it's a bad bet taking them on the money line. Houston on the money line right now at minus 126 on the road. I don't think it's a bad bet, man. I have to check and see what they've been, some of their home road splits. But looking at these batters, um, I don't think it's a bad bet. I think the plus 108 for Tampa Bay looks okay, and the minus 126 for Houston. I can see myself taking Houston, and if I lose, I wouldn't. I probably would be mad. I probably won't be mad knowing that I think I made the right choice. Valdez pitching is worse on the road. That could factor into it. With the same fact that Tampa Bay does hit lefties, small sample size because they haven't seen them in a while, but those are some things that are probably factor into this line. Taj walk rate is um, Taj walk rate is he's got an 8% versus lefties and 8% versus righties. He's at home 8%, about 8% to lefties and righties, 7.9 and 8.6. Yeah. He got a high ass K rate though at home. He's got 38 to lefties and 32 to righties. Undecided, man. Between him pitching good and some of these batters look good, I'll tell you this. Do as you will. Do as you like, right? I have to dig in a little bit deeper. And I'll do that a little later. I'm going to have to check on some splits on most of these batters. Home road splits, all that. So that's a little information for you guys. It is what it is, right? I didn't write nothing down for that game. And I guess that's why. Texas Rangers at Boston Red Sox, right? We got Bayo on the mound, we got Molly on the mound. Tyler Molly, man. Molly was my guy, man, especially when he was with Cincinnati. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning. When he was with Cincinnati, this will be his second game back. He pitched 5 innings the first game. I don't know what to expect right here. I'll tell you, the Boston lefties still looked all green, right? I don't have to show you this. The Boston lefties looked all green again, right? So we know what it is with the Boston lefties there. Bayo, man. Bayo, I could see instances where this game could go over, but I haven't seen much Molly, right? This is only his second game back. He's probably going to be limited, maybe to around 5 innings, about 80 pitches. Still trying to see who Molly is right now. I know who he is and who he was in the past, but I'm trying to still see who Molly is right now. Now, Bayo will give it up, okay? Brian Bayo. Is that his name? I didn't spell this shit right. At home, he's got a 5.7 ERA, right? And on the road, so he's got a 270 batting average to lefties and righties. MPZ say he looks like thinks the traffic's going to be on the bases, and I do too. I seriously do. I wish I can definitively say that about Tyler Molly, but it is what it is, right? So, what did I write down for this one here? Okay, I got low down. I got Boston left-hand batters, low and Seager. Seager's an honorable mention. I think low looked better. I don't think Seager's looked good versus this pitch mix, but low looked good. Low looked good. So we'll get to that right now. The lefties here. Home versus lefties, Bayo, 265 batting average. Home versus righties, 327 batting average. Oh, And let me add in because he looked good. This is sleeper bet. Uh, I think I'm gonna bet on him today, and he better not sell. This is it. If he sell, I'm not fucking with him for the rest of the year. I ain't even recommended him. Y'all know who he is for Texas. Y'all know who he is. I know y'all know. I know y'all know. What's that boy name? I done forgot his name, man. I done forgot his motherfucking name. I done forgot his motherfucking name. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write it down. So nope, nope. And Smith sold that parlay. Yes, he sold that parlay the other day, man. All we needed, the one I did to make $100, all we needed was one hit for him. That was a double hitter. The first game, the next game, he come right out and get a hit. I could have strangled his ass. I already have low written down. Blazing say low or Garcia. You gotta say one. It's Garcia though. It's Garcia. It's Garcia for sure. All right, so nope, not Langus. Yeah, not Langford. Yeah, Three Kings. It's Adolis. It's Adolis. And Adolis fake warming up right now, right? He fake warming up right now. So let's get to it. But at the end of the day, I mean, Bayo, like I said, at home, Bayo is giving up a 350 batting average, 360 batting average to righties, and then to lefties, he's giving up average too, right? He can give up runs. I didn't check his bombs or nothing like that. Let's see. He's giving up 18. He's giving up 18 home runs, 12 of them to lefties. That's what really put me in on the lookout for. You know what though? I might end up taking over here and the team total over for Texas. I might take the team total over for Texas. Take the over and the team total over for Texas might. So his home runs, he's giving up a little bit of power to lefties, as you can see. 12 home runs. At home versus lefties, 5. On the road versus lefties, 7. Where they at? They at home. Okay. Free spot. He was free money back then. Okay, so we're going to look at the. He's at home. Let's look at the righties first, right? Because I do have love for all those guys you just named. In this matchup, I have no choice but to have love for these righties. So let's see. Who was it, man? Who was it? Brian Bayo. So last 2 weeks, last 2 months versus righties, 8 extra base hits, 3 home runs. Versus lefties, 14 extra base hits, 6 home runs. We'll get to the lefties in a second. We're on the righties right now. Now, he's throwing that sinker 46% of the time. We know most of the time batters like this sinker, right? So let's take a look at that sinker. Let's take a look at righties versus right-hand pitching. Let's see. Who was that? Texas, right? Bam. Okay. So, Carson Kelly. No. Carson Kelly. John Garcia. Look at Garcia, man. 21 for 2 for 21. That's terrible, man. He ain't striking out, man, but damn. Wow, that's bad. What about what's the next pitch? He's throwing that sinker 46% of the time. I might have to draw back from his ass. That slider. Simeon Garcia. So this is what Garcia likes, the slider. Keep in mind, he only had like a single digit strikeout rate versus that sinker. And here's the slider. He's got a 14%. So that's automatically going to bring his K rate down. So putting his pictures together here. Long story short, Riley's gonna get a bump here because he's giving it up, right? Long story short, Riley's gonna give him a bump. Damn, what's that pitch again? Change up. Riley's gonna get a bump here. I can't deny it, right? Boy, look at Garcia. That's bad, man. Mm. But last 7 days, he's 5 for 7 to this pitch mix here. The power wasn't there, whatever. So he could be fake heating up, right? He could be loading. He could be loading. No, I said yesterday I'm gonna start, but that's too many. I've been having success without doing that. I was doing the same thing when I was using when I'm using baseball savant. I was not filtering day and night. I'm not going to start. That's just another thing for me to overthink shit. I ain't even gonna lie. It's another thing for me to overthink shit. I'm already looking at all the splits. He added it and I just didn't do it, right? I didn't do it. Because it was a bat. Like yesterday I was on a bat and I put that motherfucker on and it just took away everything, right? So it was Santander. If y'all watched yesterday, it was Santander, right? So I think over the course of 2 months, he had like 5 home runs, right? And he was on my radar for the home run, and I took him for the home run. But when I put the day filter on, it took away all the bombs, and I'm like, man, I can't, because I was already on Santander. If I would have went by the day night filter, I wouldn't have never bet on Santander. So I'm gonna just leave that shit alone because it was a snipe at the end of the day. I mean, he did have 5 bombs versus pitch mix, but the averages and shit didn't look good or sexy. It wasn't all the way green. And guys like Soto, that was a snipe too. We hit on that Soto yesterday, but if I would have put the filters on Soto, I probably would have been off of his ass. So I can't do that right now. I can't do the filters because I mean I'm gonna stick to what I was doing. I'm gonna stick to what I was doing. It's gonna work. I know people. You know, I got a lot of people on Twitter. A lot of good buddies. They got discords and premiums and stuff like that. You know, we chop up the slate all the time, and they use that filter. I can't. I can't. I close my ears when the filter when they talk about the filter. But righties get a bump here. Righties get a bump. Uh, righties get a bump here. If you ask me, righty should get a bump for how bad this guy's been versus right hand pitching. So Marcus Semien, he's due for a bomb. Not saying he's gonna get a bomb or nothing like that. I ain't saying that, but he's definitely due for one. But he's hitting for average. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You can bring it into the last 3 weeks or something like that. It is what it is, right? A couple guys starting to look good. I mean, Carson Kelly. Josh Jung is who I'm waiting on, right? He's who I'm waiting on. Josh Jung, right? I took him for a bomb the other day. He's who I'm waiting on, truthfully. He might be hitting in that 4 hole for an RBI spot or something like that. I probably would take him there if he is. But that's who I'm waiting on. I know what he can do versus righties. He just got to come on. I don't want to be late to the party, right? I don't want to be late to the party. I don't. So his batting average to lefties is 188, and his batting average to righties is 318. That's just letting you know who he is. He's a righty snipe, righty. He got righty splits, and it's a matter of time before he gets hot, right? Before he warms up. His slugging versus righties is 614. Isolated powers at 295, right? On the road versus Rice, his power is a little bit down. Not a big sample size. He ain't been back that long. Home versus righties, his isolated power is up. Will strike out 33%, but 435 isolated power. Catch him at home versus righty, might kiss one goodbye for you. Probably can kiss one goodbye for you tonight. But long story short, righties get a bump. Choose wisely if you want to go there. And, it is what it is. Last 2 weeks, Adolis Garcia looks okay, 6 for 19, at least for a hit, something like that. Not striking out, 4.7 K rate. Josh Jung, 5 for 17, hitting for average. Marcus Semien, hitting for average at 278. Carson Kelly, 455, hitting for average. Last 2 weeks, so whatever, right? The lefties here, like I said, Didn't too much like Seager, the pitch mix versus him, but we know he's good at baseball, right? But Lowe looked pretty good. The sinker, he's throwing that sinker 40% of the time. We can rewind it back again, start all over again. Look at the sinker here. Nathaniel Lowe's got one bomb versus the sinker, 11 barrel rate, almost a 99 exit velo, and Seager has a 94 exit velo. Both of these guys are 4 for 9. Seager fly ball rate was down. That was in the last month versus that one pitch. All these guys here will walk. 9% K rate. That could be pesky, right? The sinker followed by the slider, which he's throwing that slider 30% of the time. We can look at that by itself if you want. Not too sexy for Seager, right? Put them both together, the sinker and the slider, and then followed by the change up here. Just throw them all in there in the pot. Nathaniel Lowe's got 2 bombs. Fly ball rate is not up. Barrel could be up. Isolated power looks okay. It's got 2 bombs, right? So Corey Seager's batting 270. These guys can be serviceable, right? Not striking out that much. Serviceable, and serviceable in helping out these righties, right? But everybody got to show up. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can't sell, right? So I was thinking about taking the team total. It's probably going to be 4.5. I was thinking about it. I actually might tease them down. Might go 3.5 for both, something like that. I'll be doing some bankroll builders today. Tiffany says she likes the older low today, right? She likes the older low. So shout out to Tiffany. Okay. I don't know, man. And the lefties there, the lefties look really, really good, man. The lefties look good. I need to see more from Tyler Mahle, right? The lefties for Boston look really, really good. They all green, right? I don't even have to go there for you. Kansas City Royals at Minnesota Twins, over under 8 here. So, a little history here, right? So I should have went to Buxton yesterday. I should have went to Buxton yesterday, but it is what it is, right? Twins, Kansas City, right? KC. Where the fuck is KC at? No, it's right there in my face. KC. Oh, she said no. Oh, the other low. I mean, yeah, I like him better. I don't know if I can say I like him better than him. Tough pitching matchup for him on Tampa Bay. Tough pitching matchup. Tough pitching matchup. His K rate was like 40. Was like 40. 40. His K rate was like 40, 45% all the way through, man. You know. It, yeah. KC and the Twins. So Pablo, Byron Buxton is 7 for 15, 3 singles, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. Right? Byron Buxton. Wallner is 1 for 6. That was a double. Bobby Witt. I think Bobby Witt struck out like 4 or 5 times versus him. He's 2 of 12 with 2 doubles. Willie Castro, he's 3 singles and a home run. Home run is 4 for 18. Trevor Larnach is 5 for 10, 4 singles and a home run. Santana, 2 for 9, 2 doubles. Max Kepler, 5 for 20, 3 doubles, 2 home run, number of extra base hits versus Brady Singer. Salvi, a bomb and a single, 2 for 11. MJ Melendez, 2 doubles. Brady Singer as a whole is 24 of 82 versus this team, good for 293 batting average. Michael Garcia, which looks good, 2 for 7 with a bomb. Kyle Isbell, 2 for 9, 2 doubles, right? Hunter Renfrow, 2 for 12, 2 singles, right? So let's talk about Singer. So Singer, he's got splits, right? He's got some. This is going to be an interesting game here. I think I want to lean towards Kansas City, but we'll see. He's got some weird splits, right? On the road, I want to say on the road versus righties. So we got 2.5 ERA at home, 3.68 ERA on the road. He's got 11 home runs. He got 13 home runs. 11 of them come to lefties. 11 of his home runs come to lefties. 9 home runs on the road. 8 home runs to lefties on the road. Right. 8 home runs to lefties on the road. Now, so as you can see, his batting average in general, 296 to lefties, 173 to righties. Away versus lefties, a 393 batting average with a 2.8 home run per 9. K percentage is down versus lefties. So it's pretty good versus righties though. His K percentage. So he's he's pitching his worst versus lefties. No weather problems here. No weather problems anywhere. One game is supposedly might have a delay before the game start, but it's 100. We great today. We great. Now, so what we'll do here is we'll go straight to the lefties. I mean, we'll go to the lefties. And Brady Singer is a righty. And we'll go straight to the lefties, right? Minnesota. So, last 2 months, Brady Singer, 12 extra base hits, 5 home runs to lefties. Slider, 7 extra base hits, whatever, right? He's throwing the slider 40%. He's throwing the sinkers 40%. Let's start with the slider. Kepler is 5 for 11 with a 9% K rate. Remember, Kepler is 5 for 20 versus him. Kepler, right? 5 for 20 versus him with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. Okay. So, real quick, let me see something. Kepler. So, Kepler has 7 home runs, and 6 of them come to righties. And 4 of those from the 6 is from at home versus righties. But he's got his batting average to righties and lefties is 260, and it goes up to righties. It goes up to 300, right? So his best split is at home versus righties, which would be a 138 WRC plus. I don't know if I'd look at him for a bomb, but you could probably look at him for whatever, right? You probably look at him for whatever. Like I said, he's 5 for 20 with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. All extra base hits versus him. Don't shoot the messenger, right? It is what it is. So going back to where we were, I had to take a look at that. Wallner, we know what Wallner does. He hits bombs, right? So Wallner, I took him yesterday. He didn't get there for me. I took him the day before. He didn't get there for me. Don't know if he's going to be in the lineup today, but we'll take a look at Wallner real fast while we're in the vicinity, right? And we know he hits for power. We know he hits for bombs, whatever, right? We already know this, right? But we want to see, for the people who don't know, whoever's in here, whatever, right? Let's just go over the motions. So, versus righties, versus lefties, 282 batting average versus righties, 284 in general, 1,000 OPS with a 370 isolated power, 192 WRC plus versus lefties a 93 WRC plus. So we know who he is. Home versus righties. On the road versus righties is his best split with the 235 isolated power. At home versus righties, he got a 131 isolated power. I mean, WRC plus. He got 235 WRC plus on the road versus righties. Slugging is up. Well, however you want to look at it. Damn. Okay. He got 7 home runs, all of them to righties. Okay. All right. So, okay. Those probably only. Oh, that's just the slider. Okay, that's the slider. Let me add in the sinker and the fastball. So Warner's got over the course of a month, man, he got a 99, just 100 exit velo. Might as well be 100, right? So 7 extra base hits. Yeah, if I'm looking at the lefties here, it's going to be Wallner and then Kepler. Both of them, Larnach is even hitting for average, right? So you definitely got to look at the lefties because he's pitching his worst to lefties, right? Castro, somebody who can get on that left side. So it is what it is, right? The last week, these guys are basically hitting for average. They looking good. They could be warming up. And Wallner's got a home run in the last week, right? Who do I have written down? Okay, so I'll put the lefties there. I'll put Kepler and Wallner there. Kepler and Larnach. Keep in mind, Brady Singer is still a good pitcher, man. We only got an 8 over under here. But, for whatever that's worth, it is what it is. Some people are going to say, fuck that. Look at that barrel, 19%. Damn. Wow. Just to be on the safe side, come back to the last 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks, Castro looks better. 280 batting average, Walnut 333, Kepler, whatever the case may be, right? Look at the walk percentage for these guys. And the teens, right? So I'll go back to the righties here. I know I've written down Buxton. He was probably the one that I liked the most. I written down Buxton here, and Buxton has good history as well, right? He hasn't given up a home run to a righty in 2 months. 3 extra base hits, but no home runs. He's doing the same thing, right? Sinker, slider. I can take the fastball down because he ain't throwing too much of it. I'm gonna keep it the way I always look at it. Buxton's last month, 52 fly ball. I got Buxton down already. Um, 52 fly ball. K percentage is 20%. I mean, okay, I guess. 5 extra base hits, whatever, right? 93, 94, 18% barrel rate. He's in play, right? On last 7 days, these righties ain't been looking good. Buxton ain't even up there for the last 7 days. Yeah, so I'll go back to the last 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks, Buxton average is down. 3 home runs though. Fly ball is up 72. Like, whoo! Like he's got all the power numbers are there. The average is down. Only 3 for 15 versus pitch mix here. Only 3 that was a home run. I could put that motherfucking fastball in there. He's doing 8%, and he goes up, right? If I go back to the last month, but I didn't have that fastball in there. But he's throwing it like 8% of the time. I don't usually throw that up there. With 9 extra base hits, And then, guys starting to light up a little bit. If I take the fastball down, people go away. But his two predominant pitches were sinker and a slider, which he's throwing 40 and 45%. So, it is what it is, right? So, I couldn't talk about Buxton there. It is what it is, right? Last 2 weeks. So he's hitting them 2 home runs within the last 2 weeks. And his fly ball is up at 85, and his barrel rate is up at 33. He just hit 2 home runs yesterday. He on cloud 9, right? He on cloud 9. So whatever you want to do, right? Buxton is in play. Buxton is in play. He's on the list. Here now, truthfully, Pablo Lopez. I don't know what to say about Pablo, man. He been. I don't know what to say about Pablo, man. I don't know what to say about Pablo. I don't know, man. He'll be at home where he's pitching his worst. He ain't having the greatest year. He's got a 280 batting average to lefties and righties at home. I don't know what to say about Pablo right now. I don't. This Kansas City team don't strike out much, right? He struck out Bobby Witt like five or six times in his career. Hasn't faced this. He faced his team early in the season. First game, he went 7 innings, 7 Ks. He hasn't faced them since, right? He hasn't faced them since. 3 of his last 4 games, he has 7 Ks. New York Mets, Detroit, and Milwaukee. He's given up a home run in 5 of his last 7 games. Right here, he went through a crucial stretch: 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. Those were home runs. He will give up a bomb. Tough call here, right? He's giving up 10 home runs to lefties, 11 home runs to righties. Not giving up as many bombs on his home as he's giving up on the road. There's some guys that look good. Versus pitch mix, these guys not striking out. Okay. So, and like I said, he hasn't seen this Bobby. And I know Bobby knows that he's been striking his ass out. So we'll take a look here. It was a lot of bats that I could, if it was a lot of bats that looked semi-okay here, right? So I'll throw all the pictures up here. We know Bobby going to look great, right? I think Bobby going to try to get on him. I'm going to try to chase him down today. Sweeper, changeup, sinker. So over the course of a month, the K rates, right? Even Salvador Perez is down a little bit lower than his usual K rate. Bobby's got, man, 7%, 6% K rate. Wow, like, man, 6 home runs, 13 extra base hits. Whew. Maintain that shit through a month like that. That's crazy. Wow. Marquez Garcia is not striking out 12%. Hunter Renfroe, if he's in the lineup, he's not striking out. 17% is not striking out. Freddie Fermin, 11% K rate versus pitch mix. Salvi's got 3 bombs. Renfroe's got 3 bombs. Last week, with Garcia and Perez. Shout out to Perez the other day. Hit that bomb for me. But in Bobby Witt, last 7 days, got 2 home runs versus pitch mix. Right? So he ready for Lopez, and he got last time he went to what? He ain't had no He got the things now. So I guess, right? And then the lefties as well, man. The lefties, they're not doing any striking out. Pasquantino, he's been off for the last few games. Um, I think he's doing the same thing there. Was it sweeper, curveball, changeup? Yeah. No, not the sinker, the curveball. So, a few guys got a bomb in the last month versus pitch mix. As you can see, he's not striking out. They're not striking out. So Isbell got a home run in the last month, not striking out. MJ Melendez, he's batting 400 versus this pitch mix. Exit velo is down, but he's not striking out with 3 home runs and 5 extra base hits. 9% K rate for Massey. He's got a bomb. Pasquantino, 328. Isolated power. Power numbers are down, but he's got a bomb as well and 4 extra base hits. So it looks like Kansas will be the one to be able to manufacture runs a little bit better in this spot. I think, judging from the bats, it looked like Kansas will be the ones that be able to manufacture some runs here. A lot of guys that don't swing for the fences, but they do have bombs. Got an over under 8 here, Kansas City. You'll get plus money for Kansas City. You got some guys on Minnesota that strike out a little bit more than those Kansas City boys. So, you know what I'm saying? Does Minnesota manufacture runs better than them? I mean, they do have some bright spots with Kepler, Royce. This could be a slugfest here. It could go over. When I start thinking about sides, I'd be totally unconvinced. It's extremely hard for me to get there, right? Then you got to look at pitching. Like, what Lopez will we see? What Singer will we see? So we got to over under 8. I don't know how to exploit that total or the side here. I mean, I would love to hear what you guys would want to go towards or whatever. The books seem like they got it kind of right. They're giving them a 4.5. Oh, this is Minnesota Twins team total, 4.5, huh? Kansas City Royals team total is, so the Royals team total is 3.5 at minus 114, 113. And then the total for Minnesota is favored to the under, but they got the over at 4.5. Can we get an over here? Can we get an over here? I mean, I don't think you can be mad if somebody wanted to say, hey, I want to take the over. The thing is, would you take the under? That's the question. Would you take the under here? Would y'all take the under? Yes or no? Give me a yes or no if you would take the under. Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes or no. Think I'll be looking at Lopez for strikeouts. Maybe it might be a place where you could look at for unders here for his strikeouts for him. If his strikeouts sitting at 6.5, I would probably consider it. It's sitting at 5.5. They're giving them boys some respect. ESPN, what do they have? This because ESPN sometimes they start off with like 6.5 and shit. Minnesota. Five and a half for Lopez. You can get an under 6.5. Three Kings say he leaned to the over. You can, and that's another thing about ESPN Bet. When you're doing bankroll builders, they're giving you the overs, the alternate overs, along with the alternate unders. I love that. I just love it, right? I just love it. Another market that you guys can, I used to bet on DraftKings a lot would be the team totals, right? First 5 team totals. This looked like a game where we might get some 1.5s. Let's see. First 5s. I think both teams probably should be 1.5. Let's see. First 5. That's a strong bet right here. This is a strong bet. A lot of people don't bet this bet. First inning, first 5. Okay, first 5 team total right here. 2.5 for Minnesota, 1.5 for Kansas City. Perp says down. What do you mean? Take the under? What you mean? First five, that's interesting. First 5 innings, 1.5. Kansas City got to go out there and give me 1.5, right? I lean towards the over there. I don't know. We'll see, right? That's a bloop in the blast. First 5 team total -120 looks good. I ain't even gonna lie. It's enticing as hell. It's enticing. Let me put this over here. It's enticing. That's enticing. That is very enticing. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Damn. First 5 team total is very enticing. Bats, I couldn't talk you off bats here. And the first 5 team total is enticing as hell. I gotta write that down. Minnesota's is at 2.5. Hmm. So we know who we like here, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Um, Dodgers and Brewers. We got an over under 8 here. And I think I like Otani here. I don't know how I want to approach these Milwaukee bats. But to kill some time here, I think I'm gonna like Otani here, right? I gotta go back and look. I gotta go back and look. So oh, there's I wrote down. There's strikeout, but I got love for Otani. No, I like Otani. I circled Otani, and I said I got love for Gavin Lux, and they'll strike out. So I mean, I could say I didn't. I don't know what to think here, right? For Milwaukee, I'm gonna just start with Milwaukee real fast. These righties here, I think they can get to him. I don't know if they're gonna get to him. I don't know, right? I didn't write any bats down. Uh, didn't write any bats down. Did not. Okay, so he's throwing that slider, fastball, curveball. Kershaw. Mm. Lefty. Gary Sanchez. Got a bomb. Only one got a bomb. Contreras is in play. Reese Hoskins can take him deep. Just he will strike out. Churio looks good. 10 for 18 versus pitch mix. Batting over 500. Yeah, I seen that, but I kind of I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. I be seeing people betting that. Uh, One guy I be in the spaces with, he bet that shit all the time, man. And I bet that too. I do that. I do that when I'm doing bankroll builders, like two and three and four legs for like plus 100. I do that on. But I do that for total runs. But the first 5 is slick as hell. First 5 slick as hell. Shit can be tricky. Shit can be tricky. What I was gonna say. You got some guys that's hidden, man. I mean, Churio was 3 for 5. Ortiz is fourth of the last week here. I mean, whatever you want to do here, man. I'm telling you, Contreras is good versus lefties, man. You know, he's a guy that we could look at versus lefties. Contreras. He's got a 324 batting average versus lefties with a 139 isolated power, 137 WRC plus in general. Away versus lefties, 321. At the end of the day, he's got a 300 batting average versus lefties, right? Um, Contreras, because that's not showing up here, right? It's not showing up here. I mean, versus his pitch mix, he's 3 or 14 with a 200 batting average, but he still hits lefties good. Okay. Uh, Jackson Terrio, um, I mean, hits whatever the case may be. I couldn't talk you off of it because he don't strike out. A lot of these other guys strike out. Look at that. So Jackson Terrio, if you want to get there, whatever, man. I'm gonna write Terrio name down, even if I want to get to a hit, get him for a hit or something like that. Anything. Blake Perkins, he ain't striking out either. He's 5 for 14. No sense on looking at the lefties there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The Dodgers, I like Ohtani. I also think um, Freddie got a chance to get to his strikeouts. Um, he did face this team. They did get at him at LA, right? I don't know, but they did get at him. Freddie Peralta, last 2 months, 25% K rate, whatever, right? To lefties, he got 9 extra base hits and 4 home runs over the course of the last 2 months, and 4-seam fastball, changeup, slider is what he's throwing. We can take a look at that fastball since he's throwing it 58% of the time. And Gavin Lux, right? So Gavin Lux, he had been a beneficiary when yeah, that's right. Mookie come back today, don't he? I think he come back today. I don't know if he going yard or not, but I think Mookie come back today. We'll have to see, bro. It's very possible. It's possible. Freddie, he gonna see Freddie. Freddie could, if his timing is off, Freddie can actually throw one right past his ass, a few past his ass. But back where we were, I mean, Ohtani, 98 extra velo, 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 25% barrel rate, 42 fly ball. Like, that's against the fastball alone, right? So, and then Gavin Lux, like I said, he's been the main beneficiary since Freddie Freeman and stuff been on. He's back. Freddie doesn't look too hot in this situation, but the fly ball is up, and that's just only the fastball. But he still, I don't think Freddie still didn't look that good. Now, adding in the changeup and the slider, uh, Gavin Lux definitely looked good. I mean, for average at least, Otani's just hitting the ball extremely hard. 8 extra base hits, 5 home runs, 43 fly ball rate. So you know what the deal is, right? Freddie's got 1 bomb. He's not striking out. He's in play solely for that. I mean, he still got it. Freddie Freeman still got 263 batting average, so that's good. So, and he's not striking out. Ohtani will strike out. He will, right? But he looks good, right? I already got him written down, so it don't even matter. Not interested in the righties here. I would filter them, but not really too much interested in the righties. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably where you're gonna get his bread and butter at on the strikeout side. Striking out some of these righties, but we gotta see who's gonna be in the lineup. Okay, I gotta see who's gonna be in the lineup. He has 6 home runs and 11 extra base hits in the last 2 months versus righties. Fastball, changeup, slider. Same shit. And the righty's not looking good. I mean, Teoscar got 2 bombs in the last month. The K rate, it's a lot of red strikeouts over here, and that's what Freddie Peralta does. Just a brief take a look at what Freddie Peralta does, even though he's been getting hit. Even though he's been getting hit, you can look at some of his K rates for the people who don't know. 29% K rate to lefties, 29% K rate to righties. That's in general. They will be on the road. Oh, he'll be at home. I thought they was gonna be on the road. They'll be at home. So at home, um, 26% K rate to lefties, 33% K rate to righties. We shall see, right? They did just face uh he seen these Dodgers. He only went like 4 innings. Uh he only went like 4 innings. Goodness gracious, I keep clicking on all different sorts of stuff. So yeah, he's been meh though, you know. LA Dodgers faced him in July 6th, where he gave up a home run. Um, I think that was two. Let's see who that was to. I think that was to Will Smith. Maybe Otani or Varg. He gave up one home run. The rest of the squad gave up two. It might have been Otani. It might have been, but it is what it is, right? But yeah. So I mean, I had him for his strikeouts. He hooked me right here versus Atlanta. He faced Atlanta twice, back to back starts, 7 Ks, 2 bombs. Then the second time was 6 Ks, 1 bomb. Like I said, he faced the Dodgers 4 Ks, 1 bomb, 3 extra runs. We know he has 10K upside. We'll see what's gonna happen, right? Uh, his strikeouts probably at 6.5. Um, 6.5 at a plus 110. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go there. I don't. I might just fall back off of that, right? So, Otani, home run candidate. Lux, where is he hitting that in the lineup? He's been hitting good versus this pitch mix. We know that Contreras can be a ticking time bomb. Anytime he can go yard, Churio, you can look him for hits or whatever the case may be. Wouldn't be surprised if they teed off on Kershaw. I don't know, right? This game here, it's the Yankees, it's Chicago White Sox, it's a 300 money line, right? So it is what it is, right? It's not right, like whatever, right? All the batters here, like the Chicago. I mean the run line is minus 190, right? So whatever bat you want to get to, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. Uh, Kai Bush. This will be his second start. I want to say, like, not interested in these numbers. The bats, probably so. Um, hmm. This Colorado game here, I'm gonna come back to this Toronto game. So this Colorado game here, what I'm looking at here, it's gonna be it's Arizona Diamondbacks, so nothing for me in this spot. Money line parlays, run line straight. So I've already sprinkled on the run line last night. Brandon Pfaadt, his strikeouts are in play. Don't have a pitcher to be named yet for this Colorado team. Colorado bullpen is ass. Gonna see who's gonna be in the lineup here. So it's all as Arizona for me, truthfully. Brandon Pfaadt strikeouts are in play. Don't know if I'm gonna get that. It's in at 6.5. Couldn't talk you off of that. Maybe pitching fantasy score is probably something I'm gonna look at. Pittsburgh and San Diego. I didn't look at this game. Probably not going to look at this game. I'm not going to look at this game. Maybe later on when I'm at work, might push out the same game probably or something like that. I'm not going to look at this game. I'm not. Musgrove, I think he's just coming back. Don't know who's on the mound for. McCarthy. McCarthy. His numbers look solid, man. His numbers look solid. He's been swinging that ball, swinging that bat. He's been swinging that bat. He's been swinging the bat. Well, I'm gonna come back. I don't know what game is that. What game is that? I forgot what team he played on. So this Atlanta game right here. This is gonna be an interesting game, right? We got an over under 6.5. We got Snell on the mound. We got Sale on the mound, right? Snell and Sale. I couldn't talk you off anything here with the pitchers. I think there's instances where both of them can get there in their strikeouts. This is going to be an interesting game. Let me see something. Arizona, yeah, he's been hot the last month. I want to say, damn, yeah, Well, what if the mothers come out there and get 10 and 10? 11 up there for Snell. Sales got 12. Interesting. Interesting, right? So I'll tell you what. Long story short, uh, let's talk about Atlanta first. So Atlanta, we got two lefties on the mound. Atlanta had been known for hitting left-hand pitching. Yeah, that's crazy, Tiff. They've been known for left-hand pitching, right? So, I mean, hitting left-hand pitching. But lately, small sample size, they haven't seen a lot of lefties, you know. But whatever lefty they did see, they were striking out. This is the last month there. They was number 2 in strikeouts, but that's a very small sample size. That's a small. Within a month, you at least want to be at least 250, in the 200s at least. 105 WRC plus. They got some big bats over there, though. They got a few big backs over there in San Francisco as well. So San Francisco got a bigger sample size, but San Francisco, we love San Francisco versus lefties, but might not be this lefty. So San Francisco has a 28% K rate last 30 days versus left-hand pitching, 300 plate appearances, but they got 137 WRC plus. So when you run across a guy like Ramos, at home versus a lefty, he can throw your fucking shit way off. Like, you know what I'm saying? They at home too, right? Yeah. Like, man, for a pitcher, it's not a good. He probably gonna go in there and strike him out though. But if he don't strike him out, he's liable to take his ass to the promised land. So just at home versus lefties, he's got a 26% K rate, so we know that he's striking out. 426 batting average. On base percentage, damn near 500. Slugging, 800. OPS, 1200. Isolated power, 383. That's good for a 245 isolated, WRC plus. So he's a monster at home versus lefties. So, and then when you got a guy like Chris Sale, who's probably only throwing 2 pitches, maybe 3. Let's see. I didn't even look at the pitch mixes and stuff like that because I didn't even care. I didn't even look at the batters because I didn't even care because you're gonna have to throw a lot of shit out the window versus this shit here. So right hand hitters, Chris Sale. Slider, fastball, changeup. Let's look at the slider. Ramos, not that many plate appearances, 16% K rate. That's pretty good for him. No home runs, but he's batting 503 for 6. Fitzgerald, another guy, and Chapman too, right? So Fitzgerald and Chapman's got the bombs versus this pitch mix. Fitzgerald and Chapman, the ones that are striking out the most, right? Chapman versus Fitzgerald versus lefties. I think his is better on the road, but he's still batting 300 versus lefties. Fitzgerald. Let me show you guys that. But it's Sale. Sale's probably going to come here and strike these guys out. 300 batting average versus lefties. Isolated power for him is higher on the road versus lefties at 357. But he's pretty good, right? In general, he's batting 300 versus lefties. And then you got Matt Chapman, who, shout out to him, he's been playing great baseball this year. Versus lefties, he's hitting for power versus lefties, right? So he's got a 288 batting average with a 229 ISO. So yeah, on the road versus lefties, this is his best split. So let me see something here. Blake Snell is 13 for 41, 317. They got a 317 batting average versus him. And this current roster, Sale's got a 194 batting average versus them. Ozuna's got a bomb versus Snell. Chapman is 3 for 12 with a bomb versus Sale. Murphy's got a bomb versus Snell. Olsen is 1 for 11. Archer is 1 for 1 versus Snell. That's a bomb. So the rest of those guys probably, like Ramos is 0 for 2, probably 2 strikeouts. Probably. Tyler Fitzgerald is 0 for 2, probably 2 strikeouts. The young boys, right? So adding in the rest of those pitches here, slider, what was the fastball, slider, and changeup. Ramos got 2 bombs, 30% K rate. Fitzgerald's got 3 bombs. Chapman's got a bomb. All I can say is be safe in those streets, right? One swing of the bat, that's all it takes. One swing of the bat. Every lefty comes across Ramos, I'm usually taking him for a home run. I'm scared today. Just letting you know that shit right now. Snell, we got Snell here. You got your home run. You got more home run hitters over here than you do over there on St. Louis. Oh, you know what? Damn. I ain't look at the lefties. That is what it is, man. I'm gonna look at the righties here. Snell. Fastball, curveball, changeup. I'm gonna throw up the whole kit and caboodle. So they haven't seen in last month. They haven't seen any double-digit plate appearances or whatever right now. So that's not Soler. He's got fly ball is up, but let me push it out to the last 2 months at least. Get a bigger sample size up there. Soler, Riley's got 3 bombs the last 2 months. All this is green. All the exit velo is up. All the isolated power is up. Barrel rate is up for these guys. Fly ball rate is up for these guys. Lariano, he's hit a home run the other day. Sean Murphy fly ball up. These some home run swinging for motherfuckers right here. Straight up. K rate surprisingly is down. And they got more dangerous bats if you ask me. Saints. Back. You right, man. That's a nice little narrative there. Let me go back out to the last 3 months there, just to get a little bit of clarification there. Just want to see something. Last 3 months. These guys' K rates ain't high as I thought they would be, but they got a lot of guys that swing for the fences over here. I can't pinpoint who I like. I'm telling you that right now. Exit velo for Soler is up. He got 9 extra base hits. Rowdy 6 extra base hits. Ozuna 4. Soler is looking like a guy that I do want to take a stab at. Walk rates are up for these guys. This is going to be an interesting game. 3 Kings say first pitch, boom. He probably would be leading off too. Lefties here. Let's see. Matt Olson, last 3 months, he looks good. And he's been hitting lefties. He's been striking out. 4 home runs, 8 extra base hits, batting 300. Shout out to him. Michael Harris should be back soon, too. Lately, Olson been hitting lefties, man. But I don't know, man. The pitching is what I can't get around. Can't get around the pitching here, so I'm scared. He said his favorite straight. I don't blame you. Both of these lefties, I wouldn't be surprised if both of these lefties go out there and get their ass toe up today. But if I had to bet on one of them to get toe up, it would be Snell. Last game I'm gonna touch on is going to be it's going to be a game that I didn't look at, and that's going to be the this Blue Jays game, right? Oh, they got Kyle Cruncher out there. Kyle Cruncher out there today, huh? Okay. I'm gonna look at this Blue Jays game. Should be traffic on the bases here. Uh, and I'm gonna get out of here. Let's look at Toronto first. I shouldn't even be looking at the pitch mix. It really don't even matter, truthfully. I think with this game, I think I expect run. I know I do expect runs to be put up in this one. Davis Daniels to right-hand batters, he got a 300 batting average, 350 over the course of the last 2 months. I don't know how many games he pitched or whatever. See that fastball and slider, like okay, right? So 2 pitches, like okay, fastball and slider, right? So we'll see. Vladdy not striking out. First that fastball. Springer's got 2 bombs on it. His Springer's barrel rate is up. Kirk's barrel rate is up. Last week, Vladdy is 4 for 8 versus that fastball with a bomb. What was the next pitch? The slider. Vladdy's 15 for 44 with 5 home runs. So he's got 4 home runs versus that slider. So definitely write Vladdy down right away. Springer's got 3 home runs. I could write him down. I don't even know to go farther than that. I mean, I'll take a glance at the lefties, see what he's throwing. Don Varsho just hit a home run the other day. I thought that was Vladdy. I was like, oh no, that's Don Varsho. So Don Varsho, the fly ball is up for him at 50 right now. He will strike out. He's got 2 home runs in the last month. Horace got a home run versus pitch mix in the last week. Go figure, right? Back to the last 3 weeks. I like the 2 righties. That's Davis Daniel. He hit up a home run in 3 of his last 4 games. 4 earned runs or more in 3 of his last 4 games. 4 runs to Texas. 7 runs to Texas. 4 runs to Oakland. Of course, New York Yankees swept them up, right? So I guess who we have up there? Bowden Francis, right? Don't know how long he's gonna go. I don't know how long he's gonna go. I don't know how long he's gonna go. I need some time to think about that. But I know I like Springer and Vladdy. So that's that. I mean, let me see. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this one time, man. Let me see. I didn't even look at the bats here. Now, Kyle Quantrill, they'll be on the road, right? Where he's pitching his worst. Um, Pitching his worst to righties, about a 280 in general, batting average. K percentage is down. We know that he's not a big time strikeout guy. Um, just gave up 2 home runs to the Padres, 7 earned to the Angels. He's given up 3 earned runs or more in 4 of his last 5 games. Hasn't faced Arizona. Oh, he did twice. Arizona gave him beginning of the season though. 3 earned runs there, 2 bombs. He gave up 2 home runs at home and on the road to Arizona. That was in the beginning of the season. So, I mean, I'm probably not going to be interested in any Colorado bats here. Maybe, maybe not. But Colorado, they will strike out, right? So, looking at Colorado, last 30 days, actually on the road. I mean, we could look at them in general. Last 30 days, third in strikeout. I'm not afraid of them outside on the road, right? And the last 30 days on the road is probably where you want to look at them at. Uh, Outside of Coors Field, 27, 28% K rate with a 98 WRC plus. So on the road versus right hand pitching, you know, not scared of them. Kyle Quantrill here. I mean, what do you call this kid? Uh, Font, right? He's got some K stuff, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna look at it, probably take a good look at his fantasy score and go from there. 3.5 ERA at home. K percentage, 27% K rate to righties, 16 to lefties. So, I mean, that's interesting, right? So either way it go, I'm probably gonna end up playing him on Prize Picks for his fancy score or something, right? Um, Eugenio Suarez, right? 17% K rate. Barrel rate is up. Fly ball is up. Lourdes Gurriel, I like them both. Before I could even. K percentages are down. He don't strike out many people. I like him. I like them both. I ain't even going no farther than that. All right, I'm just switch on over to the lefties there. See what he's throwing to the lefties. Carl Quantrill is a righty, right? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Not striking out. Just Corbin Carroll. He's got 3 bombs. Marte's got 3 bombs. Peterson's got 2 bombs. Like, yes, like I last night I got a I think it was a -110. I took the White Sox, I mean money line for the Yankees and the money line for Arizona. I think that was like a -110. So I sprinkled on that last night. I should have looked at the bats last night because I would have took the team total, right? So 8.5, 5.5 team total for Arizona. I see somebody asked about Mookie. T- Take note from Julio yesterday. They bad coming back first. Oh yeah, I ain't too much. Yeah, I probably don't bet on him. I might, but if going up against Freddie, I mean, he could be off. His timing could be off. Freddie could strike his ass out. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. He could be on his shit. Who knows, right? Like Luis Gurriel for today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, right? I probably won't be. I mean, I know who I like. I like Otani. I do. I definitely know I like Otani. That's probably who I'm going to be betting on anyway. Um, but yeah, um, damn. Team total 5.5, huh? What about 6.5 and 7.5 and shit? Okay. Got a feeling they might run the score up tonight. Who knows, right? I mean, that 5.5 is in play with all this green like this. Damn. Peterson, Perdomo. I don't, one of them guys got hurt. I don't know if it's Perdomo. I don't know. Corbin Carroll, 8 for 16. He's been on one. Could also look at Corbin Carroll for stolen bases. Um, Not a big sample size, though. I could even push it out a little bit more to the last 2 months. Carthy. It's a lot of bats, man. Be green like that. K percentages are down. That's the killer right there for a pitcher not striking out, who already ain't striking out people. So you can look at these guys for a team total, stacking, hits, runs, not RBIs, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably take on prospects and whatever bats I can get from this game, probably put them in hits, runs, and RBIs. I mean, no matter if they, and I do goblin, I do demons, right? Do you some goblins, man. If you're playing prospects, do you some goblins, man. Don't just, man, go out there and get the money. What I like is what I like. You know what I'm saying? Take what you like, leave what you don't, and then got to play how I play. I do goblins, demons. Yeah, Marte did get hurt. He did get hurt. but they got more than enough. They have more than enough bats. I would say, right? I would say they got more than enough bats here. Marte did get hurt though. All right. So um, I think that New York Yankees. I think their team total is probably sitting at 5.5 too. Tiffany said Marte said he'll be back today. So let's see here. I'll go to Twitter here. We're going to look up. I don't. I don't have the beat writers. I don't have an MLB beat writer list. I got all the other lists. Hmm. It don't matter. I think he'll be back though. I ain't gonna lie. I think they still cover without him being there too. What was I at? The New York Yankees team total, they 5.5 at -130. Damn. Mm, mm, mm. I guess. So hmm. I guess that about sums it up, right? So I like them righties, right? Are you ready in the fantasy? Tiffany said she ready in the fantasy. So going through here, I can look at the lineups, right? So so Suzuki's in play, right? Everything all the way to a home run. I might not bet on him. The last 2 weeks, the Cubs left-hand bats they ain't been striking out, and Bush got 4 home runs in that time span, and Cody's got 2 home runs in that time span. Um, I mean, Stephen Kwan, if you just want to look at a hit or something like that, Jose Ramirez, I like Jose Ramirez, but still tough matchup versus Shota, but Jose Ramirez is good at baseball. The 1, 3, 4, this is the projected lineups 1 through 4, 5. I like them, right? All these righties. Abbott's giving up 20 home runs to right-hand batters. All these guys, Arenado hit a home run in his last 2 games versus him. Goldsmith's got the old man strength. Contreras always hit left home runs versus lefties. Mason Wynn is actually hitting for power versus lefties. Elder De La Cruz lit up, looked good, but he will strike out. Might be a fancy play for me. Uh, Fancy score play or some shit like that. Um, if I'm taking the side of this Houston game, it would probably be. I can't wait either, Tiff. It probably would be Houston or nothing for me in the spot. Taj Bradley's got that shit, right? He's got that shit. It's just uh, then you got Tampa Bay hitting lefties well. It's very teeny weeny small sample size lately, but Yandy Diaz is 3 for 3 versus Valdez, um, and Lowe. He's not even in the projected lineup. I don't know if he got hurt, but Lowe looked okay. The pitch mix of Tosh Bradley's, all these guys, I mean, the usual suspects look good. Shout out to the chat with the Bregman 6 for 6 for his runs and RBIs. It is what it is, right? It would be Houston or nothing for me. Tosh Bradley K rate is through the moon, through the roof. The lefties from Boston look good. The righties, Bale's giving up to righties, so I couldn't talk you off his numbers there. The righties here for Texas lean towards the over. Bobby Witt struck out about 6 times versus this team. Versus Pablo. Brady Singer pitching his worst versus lefty. So Kepler, Wallner, guys like that's going to be in play. Buxton is like 7 for 12 versus Brady Singer. Bobby Witt looks great versus his pitch mix. And basically none of the Kansas City Royals really strike out versus the pitch mix for Pablo. New York Yankees, whatever, right? The Dodgers, I like Ohtani. And I couldn't talk you off Gavin Lux, at least for a hit. Churio, at least for a hit. Contreras and Sanchez do hit lefties well. It is what it is, right? Springer, Vladdy. Didn't look over this Pittsburgh game. Team total, possibly up. I might take this team total over at 5.5. You could take a player performance double for Brandon Pfaadt, maybe 5 or 6 Ks in a win. Whatever you can do. I'm not a fan of this Colorado team. Outside, of course. Whatever can happen here, I don't fucking know, right? I don't know what's going to happen in this Atlanta game. Truthfully, I do not know. I don't know, right? Monstrous pitching matchup. Some big bats on both sides of the ball here. Some big names here. We'll see, man. We'll see what's going to happen, man. I think I'm liking that Soler home run play with he's probably my favorite bat, right? For Atlanta, my favorite bat for San Francisco will be Ramos. Let's put it like that, okay? Take what you like, leave what you don't, all right? At the end of the day, peace out, fam.